followers on Snapchat.
You were much cooler than me. I wasn't there with Snapchat.
Yeah. I didn't last that long on Snapchat. But yeah, I only had kind of a few people watching it, so I really wasn't that bothered. So the more I did it, and look, it's like anything, the more you do it, the more confident you get to do it, right? So you just got to kind of start doing it, get used to the different formats, the different ways you can present yourself on camera as well, and just try and be a bit more natural and authentic in what you do. How you doing?
Morning. We're live. Hey.
So yeah.
So my business partner just turned up.
Yeah. So it's all about doing. It's all about getting started and doing something with it, and that'll get you confidence up.
So I want to ask you a few questions about how you got into doing what you do now.
Yeah.
So I thought we could do a bit of a potted history of your career. So how did you get to this point in video,
right, and
setting up your own company?
Well, it's been a long, long road.
They always are.
Yeah. So I mean, if we go back to when I went to university, did film and media production. HND, did a degree. Everything was always in video production, right? It's always to do with film. Now this makes me feel a little bit old, but this was pre-digital, right? Okay, right. So when I learned to edit, I was using SVHS tapes, right? So we were actually filming content on cameras that we stuck a big VHS tape in, right? And that was considered modern at the time.
I remember this.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you went into the edit suite, you had two big VHS players. That's pop one in the left. That was where all your source material was, so that's where all your rushes were and stuff. And then your one on the right was where you put your final output, right? And if you made a mistake, halfway through, you have to go back to the start and redo it, right? Whereas now you can just control, alt, delete, start again. So
you really learned your craft. That's what
really
learned
my craft. Yeah. So what that made me do was to become a better editor. So actually, what you needed to do is plan all your edits out and do a log sheet, so you would actually know what edits you wanted to do before. But now you can be a bit more creative with what you're doing. So that's how I learned to kind of edit and get better at editing. And I found a love for actually video editing, and that was my strength. I love doing that. So I did all the university side of things. Didn't really break into the industry when I left university because it was still a very small industry, this video production. It was all centered around London. So it was a small industry, needed to know people to get into the industry. And it's very competitive. So I didn't really break into the industry straight after university. So what did I do after university? I'm just trying to wrap my brains out.
Bummed around?
Yeah, bummed around a bit. Went to the pub for a bit. Played in the band for a few years. That was kind of my focus.
Because you have a bit of music background as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You DJ as well.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. So, I kind of, wanted to be a rock star for a few years, so I tried that out for a few years. That didn't work out. It kind of nearly did. But anyway, so I got a job, landed a job being a video forensic consultant.
Oh,
right. What is
that?
Exactly, what is that? That's what I thought when I got it as well. So I did that job for about 6-7 years. So basically what I was doing was dealing with video evidence, so for court trials and things like that.
Oh, wow.
So what we were doing were packaging up video evidence that was then taken into court and presenting to the judge and jury. So we're doing things like circling of people, blurring faces. Some of my work would go on Crime Watch every week and stuff like that.
Proud moment.
Yeah, we've got to do something. Yeah. So we're doing all that type of stuff. And then I get involved in video evidence and be an expert witness on video evidence and things like that. So
that's really good. I had no idea that you had that background.
So I did that for quite a few years. And what that really taught me was to be a very quick editor, because I was using digital editing software then, right? So I learned to be a very quick editor. We had deadlines that we needed to fulfill very quickly. So, it really taught me how to be a better, quick editor. Now you couldn't be creative in that job, right?
Well, not legally, I'm guessing. No.
But what it did, I really learned the tools, and I got the opportunity to go on courses and do my Apple Certified Pro courses in Final Cut Pro, which is a video editing software. So I became a lot better, and I did that for quite a few years. And I got made redundant from that job, which was a blessing really, because I've been in it too long.
Yes.
And then I've always done the kind of creative stuff on the sides as a bit of a hobby, a bit of paid work. But it was always kind of on the side. And at that moment, then it was kind of like, right, I'm going to do it now.
Do you know, you hear this quite a lot, don't you? That redundancy brings the change that actually you needed, but you weren't ready to kind of take, if that makes sense.
Very well put, yeah. No, that's true. I mean, it was, you get comfortable in a job, and you could be there for another few years and not really enjoy it. It's not really what you want to do. So yeah, redundancy was kind of a bonus for me, really, and I hit the ground running. So, what I did was, I didn't really have any idea what to do in business. I don't think a lot of people do when they start.
No,
I was just kind of winging it. So I thought,
you want to do what you love. That's what you think the business is going to be initially.
Exactly, and then you work out that who's going to pay me to do this? And
who's going to chase those invoices?
Yeah, and then you find out people will pay me to do this type of stuff, right? So what I did was I got a bit of video kit, very basic stuff. Didn't invest a huge amount because you don't need to. And I just started going out there freelancing. So I went out there, initially got into weddings. So I did weddings, and I think a lot of people in video start in that area because it's an easy in. So I went out with a photographer mate of mine who said, look, come and do a wedding with me, do it for you for free, just to get your portfolio going, and then start charging for them. So that's how I started, really, was doing weddings, but knew that that's not really what I wanted to be doing. So started then doing business networking, where I met you.
That's where we met.
It was
4N networking, wasn't
4N
it?
networking.
4N networking, little plug there.
And I never really knew about business networking or anything like that. Someone mentioned it to me, and I went along and thought, right, this is a good way to speak to businesses and speak about how my video services can help them. So kind of just went in it that way, that made redundant, got some kit, kind of like a man with a van, but a man with a camera, right? And that's what a one-man band videographer kind of does. Is right, I've got my kit, I'll come out and shoot for you.
Yeah.
And it's evolved over the years. Now it's more of a business. So instead of me going out with the camera and filming, I treat it more as a business. So I bring camera operators with me. I get involved on the training side, as I said earlier. So it's evolved from being that kind of one-man band, one-man videographer, to more of a business-led perspective on things.
Do you think that part of that is because over time in your business you work out, I mean, you try a few things out, you work out what you don't like, you work out what you love, and then you're able to focus your business around the thing that you really enjoy the most?
Yeah, totally. I mean, and that takes quite a few years, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That takes quite a few years to work out, what do I really want to do with this, right? What do I really enjoy doing? And for me, going out and shooting by myself every day was just not sustainable.
You wanted people around you, more of a team.
Yeah, build a team. Also build, what I'd like to do is building networks with businesses that I can help, other marketing people. So, yeah, over time, I mean, it's quite lonely going out there and shooting stuff by yourself. Like, I remember in the early days going out and shooting weddings by myself and spending a 12, 13-hour day at someone's wedding. It just wasn't for me, really. So, yeah, over time, it just evolves. You find out what you really love about what you do, why you're doing it. That takes quite a few years to work out the purpose of why you're doing it.
Have you worked yours out? Yeah.
It's kind of.
Well, I'll ask you about that.
Yeah. So, it's working out that purpose and why you do this and what ultimately what you want it to look like in the future. Yeah.
So that kind of brings us back to where you're at now, the business video creators.
Yeah.
So with that business, what is it that who is it that you help?
Yeah.
And what do you do for them?
So, I mean, who we help is, we help a lot of businesses that sometimes come to us with an idea for video. Okay, so they'll say, right, we're looking at creating a video for our homepage. It's it's going to look something like this. Where my value comes in is that I can sit down with them, and actually, if you go to a meeting with a client and they say we want this type of video, you might come out of the meeting and they'll have a totally different idea of what they want then, because it's all about that value that you can bring to say, well, actually, that's not going to work very well. Why don't you try it like this?
So it's quite consultative, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, can you turn me off on that one?
Yeah, already. 15 minutes in.
Feeling a bit hot.
You slow down a little bit. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, you go to a meeting with a client. So let me give you a good example. Like sit in a meeting with a client, and they said, "Oh, we want a 3-minute video on our homepage." So you break down why do we want that video to be 3 minutes. Oh, because we've got.
In your head, you're going, no, you don't.
Yeah, because then you break down what do you want to include in that video. Let's say we have to include this, we have to include this, and this. And then you talk about target audience. Who's going to be watching this? Well, this video is kind of going to be for everyone. You've got to stop them there. Your video is not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like everything in your marketing, you've got to spend time in defining that target audience. So this is where my value comes into clients, that I can sit down and speak to them about all this type of stuff. And it's like I said, it's more consultative. The clients that we help are businesses that are forward-thinking in their approach in marketing, innovative.
So not in a specific sector. It's
quite general. It is general. I mean, this is the thing. I've always found it quite hard to niche in what I do. You could niche, but I speak to so many different business owners, and that's what I like about it as well, is that there's a bit of kind of variety in what we do and who we help. When you've got a solution, a video solution, when you've got packages that you can say, look, we've done this for that client in that sector, maybe that'll help you as well. I think you can roll that out to a lot of different industries.
Yeah,
so there's no real specific niche in who we help, but the business has to be, we can work with small businesses, but they have to be kind of innovative, forward-thinking, and open to our suggestions, really, of how video can help.
If that sounds like you.
If that sounds like you.
Get in touch with Tony.
Get in touch. Exactly.
So we're about 15, 20 minutes in now.
Yeah,
Remember,
feeling the burn?
I'm not feeling the burn. I'm just feeling a bit hot, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm not. No,
it's
my legs are good.
Bum
cheeks is a different matter altogether.
Yeah.
I have actually brought a cushion with me today, just in case anyone needs a bit of extra padding later.
Yeah.
Just remember, as we're cycling, we are trying to raise £15,000 for the Tampa Bereavement Support Group. This is our year-long challenge. There's a couple of ways that you can donate if you're feeling you're getting good value from this interview. I mean, and why wouldn't you be? We have got a text number. You can text 378 and then £5 or £10 to 70070, or you can pop over to our Just Giving page, which is justgiving.com/15 years of rubber cheese. We're going to have a little chat with Tony, and then we're going to start to take some questions. So if you've got anything that you want to ask Tony about his business journey, or video, or how he can help you, or if you've got a challenge, something that you're struggling with in terms of creating content, pop it in the comments below, and then we will, in about 5 or 10 minutes, we'll start to answer some of those questions.
Sure.
So what's a typical day for you in the life of Tony? Not cycling.
Yeah, well cycling does come into it actually. So that isn't a typical day.
Okay.
So I mean, I work by myself. Okay, so I am a one-man band, but I have a team of freelancers that help me do stuff. Right. So when we go out for a shoot, I'll draft in the freelancers that I need. I've got animators, voiceover artists, illustrators, the whole creative package of video. But predominantly I'm by myself. So that's all about keeping up with a bit of discipline.
Yeah.
A bit of motivation in your head that when you get up in the morning, these are the things that you've got to hit today. These things you've got to do.
So do you keep lists? Like, what's your tips for that? Then? Because that is quite hard. I can remember when we first set up rubber tubes.
Yeah.
It was Paul and I, but we were working from different places, so you're essentially just on your own all day.
Yeah.
I got a dog.
Yeah.
So that I got a dog so that I would leave the house and have to get dressed and leave the house. Genuinely, so I had a routine.
Yeah. So there is that, and exercise does come into that for me. So, it's not something that I used to be like massive on, but, I found a love for cycling, and I found when, to start the day, usually a quick blast on the bike, to just go out and do it. I mean, I live in Hartford, and you've got a really nice countryside around there. You can just go in within 10 minutes. So I usually find to get my head right in the morning, drop the kids off or whatever I need to do, is try to blast on the bike for a little bit, and then I'm set for the day. So I think that as business owners, we kind of forget to do all that.
Yeah. You put your own kind of well-being to the bottom of the
You do, especially in the early days. And I think the more years you do it, the easier that becomes, and you actually start needing it after a while.
Wisdom comes with age.
Yeah. So, so a typical day really, I can be out on shoots. If we got projects going on, I will actually be out there, with the client, director, producer role. So making sure that everything's running smoothly, making sure we're doing everything right. And the days that I'm not doing that, I'll be doing a bit of editing. So I'd still like to be heavily involved in the editing side of things. It's one thing that I struggle to let go in my business because I've got a background in it and I'm very good at it.
And you enjoy it as well.
I enjoy it, I really do enjoy it.
That you still really enjoy to do every day.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I love about the editing process. It's taking loads and loads of clips of video and actually making something out of it, and actually the output, that's quite satisfying for me. So I still get involved in the editing side of things. I outsource the editing that I don't like to do, so the projects that I don't like to be on. So I outsource that stuff, but a typical day is really marketing every day, working on marketing, connecting with people. LinkedIn's a big one for me at the moment. I connect with a lot of people on LinkedIn, trying to schedule in calls from people that I've grown relationships on LinkedIn, and content, putting out my own content, which I love doing now, which I never thought kind of 2 years ago, I was always behind the camera, right?
Yeah, this is going to be one of my questions. How comfortable are you now in front of the camera?
Oh, I love it. I love it now. Look, I'm sure.
No, he's loving that. Look how confidently he's talking.
Yeah,
he's like, this is a breeze.
But this is anyone watching this that does run a business and is thinking about video content, and I've got them real kind of fears that possibly you had as well before.
Yeah.
So I know I should be doing more video content, but I just don't want to put myself out there. I'm a little bit, when I see myself, I cringe a little bit when I speak, and I was exactly the same. And this is the truth, is that the more you do it, it's going to get easier, right?
Yeah.
So I was always behind the camera, and I was always saying to my clients, I was always very good at kind of doing interviews with clients and getting them very relaxed. A few kind of tips that you kind of do when you go and work with clients, and, to get them relaxed and get the best out of them when you do like talking head interviews and things like that, to get them speaking naturally. And I was telling all the clients this, and I was thinking, it just kind of clicked one day, and I thought, hang on a minute, I'm telling the clients to do this, and I'm not even doing it myself, right? So I just started going in front of the camera, doing content, because as a business owner, you've got a lot of knowledge to get out there to people.
Yeah.
And it's, you're missing out on so much if you're not doing videos speaking to your target audience. That, that other way of communicating with your target audience and applying this, even it's retaining clients, video can be used that way as well. Just to educate them on what you do. You're missing out on a big opportunity there. So,
I totally agree. And I found that even with just doing the limited stories that I've been doing, actually the engagement from the stories is way higher than it is with just posting pictures or a little snippet of what you're up to that day, talking.
Yeah.
There's an instant connection with your audience.
There is. Easy as well. You've got to make it easy for your target audience to engage with you. Now, you can do that through text, you can do that through images, and that's fine. That's all part of it. But I think with video, it's such instant connection that people are right to get it. 30-second message, excellent. I've got that information. And the great thing about video is that people are more likely to share it, comment, and engage with it that way. So, going back to kind of doing content, I love doing content. If I could wake up every day and just create content for what I do, that's what I do. That's what I'm kind of pushing to do, and that's where I kind of see the business going anyway.
So is that how the workshops came about then? Is that what you kind of you realised that for yourself, and then that's why you decided to start running the workshops that we discussed earlier?
Yeah, so the Smartphone Video Academy workshops that I run is, you came on once, so we get, a group of business owners around the table and we work on a day of video strategy, how to shoot on your smartphone properly, how to do a bit of editing, and really all of, the whole kind of mechanics of shooting basic video for yourself, right? I'm not trying to teach business owners to be the next Steven Spielberg or, filmmakers.
Take a while.
Yeah. So, it's all about just getting to grips with it, because I know everything about shooting on a smartphone. It's easy to me. And actually, you think, oh, people know this stuff. But actually, they don't. Little things, little tips, nuggets that they can pick up from just coming on a day, spending a day with me, they actually get to grips with it. And they go, oh, I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah, that's so true. And you're carrying it around in your back pocket all the time. You don't know the power that it actually has.
Well, exactly. You've got, this is one of the Plus cameras, and it shoots 4K. Yeah, and they're very powerful little video cameras that you walk around with, that you pay over £800 for, the shop for that type of camera. So, it's the camera that we've always got on us. And I just think if you're a business owner and you don't want to invest in kit, or you just want to start doing video, the smartphone is the perfect place to start. So the content side of it is, it's very important to me to keep doing regular content now. I'm trying to do 1 video a week for YouTube, we'll move that to 2 a week, and that could be one of the days, who knows?
So I'm going to do this microphone, because I'm going to look at the questions that we've got in a minute. So I'm going to give you that. But I've got a question about LinkedIn. So you mentioned LinkedIn and using that quite strategically at the moment for a lot of your networking and marketing. LinkedIn there's now the ability to have video on LinkedIn, which is great. What's your kind of strategy on LinkedIn for your video content and the things that you're putting out there?
So I think, anything and any platform that you're marketing on and communicating on, you've got to have some type of strategy behind it, right? LinkedIn, for people that haven't been on LinkedIn for quite some time, they're probably going to get shocked when they go back on there, because it looks more like Facebook than they ever used to. LinkedIn used to be a very stuffy, quite confusing interface to use, but they've made it very accessible now with video coming out. They've made it more video-centric, like a lot of platforms. So I think, the kind of content I post on LinkedIn is purely educational, purely value-based, okay? And it's all geared towards businesses that are trying to use video and just give them a few tips every week. So, what I try and do is post daily content on there, not daily video, but daily content, and maybe 1 video a week, which is something like, I posted something last week, which was, here's 3 videos that you can start doing for your business straight away, okay? And then explaining what their videos are. And asking questions as well within the videos is a good tip. So, like anything, if you have a call to action at the end of the video and a question, you're likely to get more engagement on the comments. Okay. And so people start engaging with the
have you noticed that you get more engagement from your video content than just when you were maybe posting out a blog? Or?
Massively. Massively. And funnily enough, this is great how video content can work and what type of mix you're doing of it. The highest engagement I've had from a video on LinkedIn was a bloopers reel.
Everyone wants to see everyone
fail. They do.
Okay,
it's human nature, isn't it? It's human nature. So, that was really, I thought, just as a laugh, I'll kind of upload a little video of me presenting to camera, but all the bits where I'm messing it all up.
That's pretty smart,
and what that does, it brings a little bit of authenticity into what you're doing, because people see you doing videos and they think, oh, well, I can never be like this guy. He's just, he's just doing it in 1 take. Actually, you can be doing, for a 1 minute video, depending on how well you've organised it, it can take you, up to a few hours to do it if you haven't got it right. I mean, I've got better at doing it, and that's all about being organised and a bit scripted in the first place anyway. I mean, some people are very good at reading off one takes, but not a lot of us are. So it's, sometimes it takes a bit more time than you want it to, but you get better over time when you can condense that a little bit. But that bloopers reel, that's over 2,000 views or something on LinkedIn.
But that
40 odd comments.
But it's going back to, it's the authenticity. It makes you real, doesn't it? And therefore that makes you more approachable.
Exactly.
You do as bad a job as we do sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the great thing about video content, is you can show that side of you a little bit. So don't be scared to be authentic and show that side of you, because that's what makes people relate to you, and that's what we're all people, even though we're all businesses. Within business, people do business, but they still like to deal with people. They like to see that you're human like them. We do mess up sometimes.
Absolutely. I'm a great believer in that.
Yeah.
I'm a great believer in being completely authentic on the camera. So I can completely see why that would be a good thing.
It works. It works really well. Yeah.
So look, we're still waiting for some questions. Come on, people. We've got Tony here.
How many people got on it?
Loads of people. Loads of people are watching, but no one's asking any questions. You don't need to look at the camera and ask a question. You just got to type it in. So if you've got anything at all that you want to know about video content, creating videos, if you want to ask questions about Tony's workshops, just put a little comment down and we will have a little chat about it. So I'll take that back for you.
Yeah, go on.
Although it's making like, I'm really heavy.
It does.
It's like, I need to find something to put this on. It's quite heavy. So, okay, so we've talked a little bit about what, like, your day. We've talked about your career path. And what do you spoke quite a lot about the fact that you are essentially a one-man band, but you bring people in as they're needed. So you still have that kind of interaction that you really want.
Yeah.
Where do you turn to for support as a kind of a leader, a founder?
Yeah.
Who do you have a mentor? Do you work with a business coach? Do you have a kind of inner circle of people that you turn to?
Yeah, I think that's important to have that. And last year I worked with a mentor who was in the same industry as me. So what he'd realised is that filmmakers in general, were very creative, but they're a bit crap at the business side of it. And a lot of creators are like that. I think we all have shiny objects. Yeah. So we all have shiny object syndrome, and getting carried away with the new stuff. But actually, when it comes down to nuts and bolts of business, we're probably not the best. So he realised that and kind of built a niche around that, and built a community for filmmakers that was all based on that. It was all based on about doing better business. How do you deal with clients? How to charge higher prices, all that type of stuff. So I've known about it for quite a few years. I've done some stuff with him. I worked with him one-to-one last year, and that really gave me a rocket boost in my business that I needed to start getting really serious about what I was doing. And with that came a community of filmmakers that I've actually become friends with, and met up with, and he did kind of workshops as well. So that is kind of my inner circle. If I need some advice on something, I've got a kind of peer that's in the same industry. Don't see them as competitors. A lot of them are based in the south, but it's just a good way to kind of just bounce ideas off.
Yeah. I think that's massively important. It's something that we'll speak about a number of times today with the people that we're interviewing. It's kind of like finding your tribe. That's how I describe it. You're all doing the same thing, but you can all learn from each other and support each other in doing it. Yeah.
I've over the years I've kind of met people and become part of that kind of inner circle of people that can go, all right, okay, if I've got a problem with this area of my marketing, or I've got a job I'm not quite sure about it, then I'll put that out there and get some feedback. But I'm a massive fan of investing in yourself, business coaches. I'm working with a new business coach at the moment, and we're doing some stuff which is more related to taking business forward. But I think that I don't think that you ever get to a point in your business, even if you're massively successful, that you'll say, I don't need a mentor.
No,
You always
finished,
need.
is it?
It's
There's
never
always something
finished.
to change or improve or develop.
Not all the big, all the big guys, Branson and all those type of people, they've all had mentors, every successful person like that. So I think it is, you can either find a mentor or a business coach to really help you push things forward, but also get out there, do a lot of networking, a lot of networking groups, which I probably don't do as much of than I used to. I kind of got a little bit networked out over the years.
But that's a startup thing, isn't it? I think that when you initially start a business, you kind of go to anything and everything because people tell you that you should.
Yeah, and it's a good way to start, right?
Yeah, you meet really amazing people.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly.
But then I think over time you kind of work out where you should be going.
Yeah.
And the best use of time because you can't be out networking,
I
all
think
day
so.
long.
I think so. You turn up to everything, can't you? And actually, over time, you think, well, is this actually the best use of my time? I've made a few contacts, but is it better? Is it better to just go to one networking group a week where, that's what I do now, and that's my best use of time because I can focus my efforts on that.
What's your networking group of choice at the moment? Then?
Well, I've become part of BNI at the moment, but I've never, it's probably people from BNI that hear this, so I've got to be careful. But, I'll be honest, it was never really a big, I always kind of stayed away from it. I was in a group for a year that possibly didn't work out particularly well for me. And I kind of stayed away from it for years. But I found a great group in St Albans, anyone listening from there.
Shout out St Albans.
They were a really great bunch of business owners. And I think it's about finding that right group. If you can look past the kind of branding of a networking organisation, or look past all that stuff, actually what it's about, can you sit in a room with these people every week, and are you happy to give them business, pass their business? And once you get that into your head, then it's very simple. And that's what I found. So,
it doesn't matter what the organisation is, it's about the people.
Yeah. So so that's my kind of networking every week, and that's my commitment to do that every Friday. St Albans. So do that, and that's a great group of people as well. There's a lot of support in that group. And I've got to the odd event here and there, but I don't really do a huge amount of network. I do a lot of it online now. Which you can.
And that's using your time more effectively.
I think so. LinkedIn. I get in touch with people on LinkedIn to see if we can have a call, to see how we can help each other and things like that. We stick with the ropes really well. I think with online networking, there's a lot of faceless, click accept on LinkedIn and you never speak to them.
Yeah.
But actually, sometimes we send people a message and they go, "Oh, right, okay, what's the phone call?"
Oh, no, right.
I don't want to speak to them. But, the people that do, I always find out very productive conversations with them about how I can help them, how they can help me. Not, are you interested in doing videos? No, not really.
No, it's about breaking down that barrier, isn't it? And just having a conversation.
It is, and that's that. If you went to a networking event, that's what you do anyway.
Yeah.
So I find that online networking works really well for me. But yeah, having that tribe, as you say, which is a great way to explain it, is massively important because it can be lonely out there as a business owner, right?
Yeah, it can.
So you need them people around you. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked quite a little bit of video today, but I've got a little note down here that says you've got a podcast coming soon.
Yeah.
Is that right? Ooh.
Yeah, so that's still being done at the moment. So the idea of the podcast was not to just have interviews with business owners. Okay? It was about business owners that are using video, right, and getting extraordinary results from it. So I did an interview with a estate agent company last year that are very innovative estate agents. No one's ever kind of seen anything like them within that industry, right? They're called Go Move, by the way, but do some really great video content. And we did a bit of a podcast many months ago, and it's not been released yet. We might have to revisit it.
Okay.
So
it's a work in progress.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's the thing of it with podcasts is that they kind of went away for a bit. And they came back with a storm, they're
back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts on my drive in to work.
Yes,
morning,
always when I'm driving, I've got podcasts on because you never stop learning this stuff. But yeah, the kind of premise is really to speak to business owners about how they're using video content to get results. And in turn, hopefully that inspires other business owners to say, right, I'm going to start doing it. But I haven't quite got there with completing it all and getting it already. So it is coming. It will be coming.
As soon as it's launched, we'll share that on our Facebook page anyway. So we'll let you know. We'll give you Tony's details in the bit anyway.
Yeah.
But that's a podcast that I would listen to. I think it's really interesting to hear the results from video. I'm never surprised by it, but I'm really intrigued by the results from.
Yeah, because you find that people who might, even stuff like, I was speaking to a business that was just using Boomerang, the app Boomerang, right, to do little bits of funny video. The engagement that they were getting with that was just through the roof, right? And that was just their strategy. Oh, we just do stuff through Boomerang, right? And that gets our engagement up there. Just little things like that. It doesn't have to be, all right, we've got to do promotional videos, we've got to do case study videos, we've got to do testing. You could just say, right, well, we're just going to do silly videos through Instagram, see where that gets us.
Yeah.
And that's your strategy. And then once you nailed that, you move on to the next bit, do another strategy. So it's all about breaking it down a little bit. So yeah, that's what the podcast will be about, is finding these people, and not just a national thing, we're going to go global.
Okay, so on that note, if you know anyone that's doing incredible things with video content that is having great success, then pop a little comment below. We'll share Tony's details later as well. And if you think of anyone that you think you would be a really good podcast guest, you can introduce them. Let me give this back to Tony now. Do I need to talk into that place?
Yeah, I'm probably there, you're right.
Let's see if we've got any questions. So Tony, so we've got our setup here today is we've got a really tiny little camera on a tripod that Tony recommended, and it's brilliant for doing Facebook Lives. It's much better than the camera you've got on your smartphone or on your laptop. So we've got that set up.
It helps.
Come on, people. There's no
questions.
Come on.
Still
There's
early.
there's 60 odd people watching this. Come on. Put your cup of tea down. We've got 15 minutes left of Tony.
Wow.
That's gone quick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's very quick.
I'll keep chatting.
15 minutes left. And was it 20 minutes? No, 15 minutes. Wow, that's gone quick. So yeah, loads of questions, please.
So I'll ask you a question, Kelly. So
Okay.
Flip it back on you. So I've seen that on Instagram you're doing some interviews with staff members and stuff like that. How's that going?
Yeah, good. So we've only done the one so far. So that's so Instagram TV, the thing that they launched a month or so ago.
Yeah.
We don't have a huge following on Instagram, but we thought, well, let's just trial using something that's really quick and easy to do, so that we can get people comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, brilliant.
And get them to understand that this is not a scary thing. And then we were going to kind of replicate those for LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But it's just really quick and easy to set up. I literally had my camera, my phone, on a tiny little tripod on a desk.
Yeah.
And Liam and I sat over here in a corner, and we just had a chat. And that was
good.
all it was. And Liam wasn't super comfortable in front of the camera, but now he's more confident about speaking to people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we're going to carry on doing those. Kai, next Monday there'll be another one. So Kai.
And that's a good point as well. Is the regular content, right? So it's a good tip. If you're releasing a video a week, make sure that it's at the same time. Make sure it's on the same day.
Okay.
And then people get to expect that. So then it becomes like you treat it like a TV show, right?
So you're kind of giving them a little plan of their
because then they
content.
go, all right, okay, so I know on a Thursday morning at 9:45, while I'm doing a bit of office work and having a cup of coffee, that Kelly's going to be releasing a video. And they get used to that.
I love that.
And then you also,
following.
yeah, and then you also get rewarded through, if you do that on YouTube, that all adds to your SEO as well. Google like all that kind of regular site. I've got a question.
Oh, amazing. I don't know if they will come. Oh, Ashley's just stuck in and said that we've got questions. So, gosh. They obviously weren't coming through. But they weren't coming through. So,
tell me people off.
These might be your friends. So, Tony, here's one question from Neil Kemp.
Neil, how you doing?
Tony, do you have a group on Facebook about tips and tricks for video production?
Yes, I do. Thank you,
yes,
Neil.
he does.
Yeah, that's the Smartphone Video Academy. Okay, and And what I like to do in that group, so Kelly, you're part of that group as well.
Part of that group.
And what I like to encourage in that group, which is the Smartphone Video Academy workshop. No, sorry, just Smartphone Video Academy Facebook group. If anyone's interested, I'll send them a link out as well and invite them into that group.
We'll pop that in the comments later too.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you know, that is going back to people doing their own videos, that they're actually a bit wary of putting them out there, and people are worried about ridicule and people going, oh, that's not very good. So it's a safe place where people can actually upload that content, and I'm in there and I can give feedback, critiques, help them with stuff. You put up a draft of a video and I'll say, okay, well, think about the framing composition, or think about lighting that a bit better, or sound. So yeah, it's a good place, and I'm trying to build it as a community of people and help them out as much as I can.
So I hope that answers your question, Neil.
Cheers, Neil.
Thank you. Thank you so much for asking a question. We're so happy. No, look, we've got loads of questions, and we've got quite a few questions from Chris Pipe.
Chris, I know Chris.
So Chris is initially.
I think this is on my networking group.
Well, this is great. So Chris has actually said, "Don't be lonely, Tony," and sent you a hug. So that's in the support of. You don't need to be a lonely entrepreneur. That's lovely.
Chris likes to do.
Hug accepted, Chris.
Chris is very. Chris does social media. Give him a shout out. And Neil does IT and security, so if you need help in that. But Chris is very, we've done some stuff on Instagram TV. I've also recorded a podcast with him the other week, so he'll be doing stuff like that as well.
Well, he's got a few questions for you. So He's got a couple of questions. He said, let me do this first. He says, what's the best?
They're not rude, are they?
No. What's the best networking group in your opinion?
All right, okay.
Is this a trick question?
Well, without the branding, it would have to be the one who sat Alders on Friday.
Okay. And we mentioned who they are.
Yeah.
So, but he does have a question. He said, what's more important, good audio or good video?
Good question. Now, audio is often overlooked, right? And as you can see, this was a microphone that I recommended to Kelly, because on Facebook Live, especially as an example, Facebook Live, you see some awful audio, right? People just not taking any care of the audio. Now, if you've got a really well-shot video and the audio's crappy and no one can hear it, or it's a little bit muffled, people are going to turn away from that video. People are not going to stick with it. So audio is up there just as important as good video. Okay, so you've got to concentrate on both.
So equally.
Yeah. I would not. You can get away with it sometimes, but I would always say take care of your audio and make sure it's just as good as your video content. What's the asking?
Well, they're just ribbing you a little bit. So, well, it says they haven't mentioned your shorts. No, they said it's a funny show now. I've given you the mic, and now I'm never going to get it back.
Right.
That's.
He's zooming a little bit. Just try.
And then, but Chris has asked another question, and he said, "Do you think you need a 4K camera?"
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is the thing with 4K. I don't want to kind of go into the boring technical side of stuff, but HD, still, if you go on your TV and you go through all your channels, there's still not a huge amount of TV channels that broadcast in HD, right? So that took years for that to happen. 4K is exactly the same. 4K will take years to actually become a standard. 4K, you'll struggle on a machine that's not very powerful to edit it. So you've got to be wary of shooting stuff in 4K. If you've got the machine to edit it and you've got the capability, then yeah, go ahead. But if you don't really, if you're starting out video content, don't worry about 4K. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Okay, good question. So Paul Creamer has made a statement, which I like this, and Paul, I totally agree with this. Synchronised cycling and interviewing should be an Olympic sport. Yes.
Definitely.
But with more padding.
Because it's more, it just gets your brain going.
Yeah.
And it's great.
So we've got a couple more questions. Neil, okay, I'll come back to your question, Neil. Yeah, I'm going to come back to that one. So Paul Wright has asked, who is he? Where is he? Do you have any tips or techniques for doing client interviews?
So yeah, that's a great question as well, Paul, because I think when you're doing video content, you make that part look easy, right? So when you're getting your responses from someone that you're filming, your job as a video professional is to make that look as seamless as possible, right? But there's actually quite a few tips that you can do when you go into that kind of situation. Now, one of them is before you even start rolling, is to get them, really relaxed and just have a cup of coffee with them, chat to them. But actually, a good little tip is when you're doing that, is just to cheekily press record.
Oh, so they don't even know.
And they don't even know it's real. And then actually, I've done interviews where we've got to the part where they've said, right, are we ready to go now? And said, no, we've got everything.
Oh, right, because you take the pressure off.
You take the pressure off. There's none of that kind of red light syndrome. And just giving them the time to speak as well. The most, the amateur mistakes is when someone's speaking and you're saying, that type of stuff. That can ruin the content.
Yeah.
So you've got to give them time. You've got to ask them questions, and also just stay very relaxed when you're asking them. And one big tip is when you ask a question on camera, ask that person to repeat the question within the answer, which is called comprehension. Is it comprehension? Yeah, that's all I learned at school. Really. So yeah, it's there's quite a few tips, but that is a good tip: is to get them relaxed, press record, see what you can get, and then that's usually the best content.
That is a really great tip.
Nice one, Paul.
So Neil wanted to know what's the best football team, which is slightly off topic, but if you want to go there, I'm going to say Spurs, no judgment.
Well, I've had years of pain as a Leeds United fan.
Likewise.
And, well, no, you're all right. You're all right. Hey, come on. So it's got to be, the biggest team has got to be Leeds United, yeah.
Okay.
But Ken is, I suppose.
I'm going to say Spurs. I can't get the C more. We've got a question from Emma Ellis. And where is it? I can't get the.
This is literally
it's a longer question, and I can't get the questions.
Emma will have a good question.
I'm going to call in some support here. Ashley, we've got a question, and I can't read it all from my screen for some reason. We've got a question from Emma Ellis. All right, I'll go check what it is. All right, Emma, we're just getting your question brought through. My phone has gone a bit weird. I can't seem to get it. Bryce Anderson wants to know how far you've ridden during this interview. Do you know what, these bikes, they don't have a mileometer, so we don't know.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I care by the end of it though.
No, these bikes, Bryce, are very posh Schwinn spinners. So they're excellent, but they don't have any electronics on them.
I know, and there's a lot of people saying that this could become a thing, cycling while being interviewed. I love it. I think this is a thing, that we've made this a thing.
I think you should roll out a YouTube series.
Yes,
Kelly on a bike.
That is what our YouTube interviews will be. All of our clients will come in here and be on a bike. I have Emma's question. Emma's question. She asks, how do you tackle the clients who know video is important but are very anti talking themselves on video? Ooh, good question.
Good question, Emma. I think,
Thank you.
As I said earlier, it's all about the confidence, right? And what I always say, and I've said in videos before, is it's not really about you, right? And this, I can be quite harsh with kind of things, but this is what you need, right? If you're apprehensive about this type of stuff, is that it's about the target audience and it's about the content that you're giving out there. So you've got to kind of get over yourself a little bit. So speaking to clients, I think you've got to be quite straightforward with them. What I always say is, do you give presentations? And people say, yeah, I give presentations all the time. Do you speak to clients? Do you sit in a room and speak to your clients? Yeah, possibly. So what's the difference in you just putting a camera in front of yourself and doing that same type of content?
Yeah.
Nothing really. It's just a little bit of technology in front of you. There's really no difference. And I think that we tend to overthink things. So, them clients that are a little bit apprehensive, they've just got to focus on the content more, focus on what they're trying to say, and kind of just get over themselves a little bit. So, I think you've got to be straight up with them, Emma, and be honest and see what results they can get from it. And that's what gets them excited, really.
Emma, one of the things that Tony, because I had a little bit of this, I wasn't anti it, but I just had a bit of a fear of talking on the camera. And one of the things that was my challenge was like hearing myself. So I've got a bit of an Essex twang. I just didn't like the way that I sounded. But Tony, his advice is like everybody sounds different on camera. Everybody. Yeah. You hear yourself completely differently to how other people hear yourself. Yeah. And you've just got to block that out. Yeah. I used to have the same thing with my northern accent, which is probably a lot less now because I've lived down south for quite a few years, so it's kind of been beaten out of me a little bit. But it's always there, right? So
do worry about these little things, but actually, the grand scheme of things,
it doesn't really
it doesn't really matter. Who really cares? You're probably just worried about something that's not real anyway.
Yeah. So we're going to get a time check in a minute. So I think we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. So if you've got any last minute questions you want to know about Tony, what he does, how he helps, if you want to know about any more about top tips for certain things, just pop a little comment below. In the meantime, where can we find you, Tony?
Right.
We'll post all this information out, but where can we find you online? If we want to stalk you, look at your Facebook photos.
So website www.
Right.
Yeah, very old stuff. So website businessvideocreators.co.uk. Okay, and there's a lot of stuff in the blog there. A lot of video content, that type of stuff. I'm trying to get more subscribers onto my YouTube channel because I'm doing regular content. So if you go into YouTube, type in Business Video Creators, Tony Slater, you'll find stuff there. And please subscribe to that because I always put up regular content. LinkedIn, please connect to me on LinkedIn if you're on there because that's where I do a lot of my stuff. But all the usual places there, Twitter, which I don't use a huge amount. Facebook, I'm everywhere.
He's all over.
Yeah.
You can find him anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Tony Slater, Business Video Creators. Google it and you'll find me on some platform.
And what if you've got people out there watching that they want to get started in video content, creating video content, but they're not ready to kind of hire you or do the massive jump yet. They want to do some stuff quickly themselves.
Yeah.
Where can they find out about your workshops?
So through the website, you'll find out about the workshops. We're not running any at the moment, but the plan is, where I'm going to kind of take the business is do a lot of online learning.
Okay.
So actually, people that haven't got time to come to a workshop and want to learn at their own pace, they can sign up some courses, that type of stuff, which is all being built at the minute. So
that is really exciting.
So we're doing some online stuff where it's all video-led training, bit of one-to-one consultation, that type of stuff as well. But that's in the wings at the moment, so that'll be soon.
All right, brilliant. So what we will do is we will post out all of that information. We'll put it on the Facebook Live video and we'll post it out on our Facebook page as well. So if you want to know where to find Tony, all that information will be there. If you have loved watching this video and this interview as much as we've enjoyed doing it, then remember, please donate. I'm going to carry on. Please do donate. So we are attempting to raise £15,000 this year for the Tandem Bereavement Support Group. It is a charity extremely close to my heart. They have supported myself and my partner through probably the toughest year of our entire lives. And £15,000 would make an incredible amount of difference to the charity. So if you go over to our Just Giving page, it's justgiving.com/15 years of rubber cheese. We currently have a total, we're at 41% of our total, which is just over £6,200. We'd love to see that go up today. You can also text to donate, so you can text BREE78 and then £5 or £10 to 70070. We are running this challenge throughout the year until the 31st of January 2019. When we will 100% have raised £15,000.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm certain of it. So please do carry on donating. We are going to be back at 12 live. I'm going to swap over to some of my team now, and they are going to take on some of their hours. I want to say a massive thank you to Tony. Tony's been incredible today. I've really enjoyed talking to you. He's been a huge supporter of the charity challenges so far. If you get a chance to have a look back through some of our videos on our Facebook page, find the Pringle challenge that we did earlier this year. We made someone a world record holder, and Tony put together the highlights video of that. So please do have a little look. You can see some of his handiwork. It's 100% worth a watch. Yeah. There is a can of Pringles over there taunting us. Did you see? So yeah, massive thank you to Tony.
No worries.
And
I enjoyed it.
We'll see you all later. Thank you for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Oh. Right. Whose turn is it now?
Well, am I stopping there?
You can stop now. We've got to do a handover.
Who's on? Liam?
Who's up next?
Yes.
Right, quick. Oh gosh.
Go.
Go, Liam, go. You can put your feet in thingies if you want. It's a
You
bit
got
more secure.
padded shorts? So these are proper cycling shorts.
They're quite,
You got-
no, I haven't. But I have brought that in because my butt cheeks are really hurting. Oh, this is still live, so there's, honestly, butt cheeks are hurting. You ready, Ash? Yeah. It's hangover time. Oh gosh.
Did not prepare. I'll bring my water in.
I think I'm going to get your water. Yeah.
How is it? Yeah, that looks like vibes. Great. Don't try and stop.